I'm fairly selective when it comes to reviewing products or accessories for the Nintendo Switch, only because the market is flooded with tons of the same stuff that's just rebranded over and over again, sold by different companies. So it's got to be kind of unique to, you know, grab my attention and make me want to review it. And I found this kind of interesting. Maybe I'm out of the loop, but it looks like RetroFlag is getting into the Nintendo Switch accessory realm. When I hear RetroFlag, I think of Raspberry Pi cases and products of that nature, but maybe with how the market on Pis are going, Raspberry Pis, with them being hard to get, very expensive, maybe they decided, hey, we're gonna venture out. I don't know. But this company, AKNES, they decided to send me a couple of RetroFlag's newest products. These guys are official distributors or sellers on Amazon for 8BitDo, Gully Kit, and RetroFlag. I've dealt with them before, but they sent these to me just kind of out of nowhere. I did not expect this stuff. And hey, we're going to go ahead and take a look at it because maybe this stuff is going to be interesting to you. So we got a couple things here. The RetroFlag Famicom Joy-Con charging kit. This is the least of the interesting nature of these products in my opinion, but we'll take a look at it regardless. And then we have this Switch docking controller thing, compatible with Switch console, including the OLED model. So let's quickly take a look at these things, see what to do, if they're worth a damn type of thing. This right here, Joy-Con charging, I leave my my Switch on the dock, and the Joy-Cons get charged that way. I could only see a charging dock being beneficial if you have multiple Joy-Cons that you use. I personally despise Joy-Cons. I never use them. They're just decoration for me. Like, that's it. Like, hey, nice looking Switch type of thing. But yeah, I don't really care about using them. So for me, a product like this is kind of pointless. Like, my Joy-Cons are going to be on the Switch. But this is what it looks like. Little dock. We'll test it out. You got a little cartridge, I think, from what I saw on the box. Yeah, it says it's a game storage thing. I keep my games either in the Switch or in their case. I would never use something like this, but it looks like you can put a few cartridges in there if you want to have them in something else. Yeah. Okay, so that looks like just decoration. You got a couple different stickers that have video games on them to put on there. Let me go ahead and put one to kind of complete the look, I guess. Hopefully I get it on there right. These are all available on Amazon now if you're interested. I did not get that on there straight, but whatever. So there's that, and I think, yeah, you could pop it up. So it looks like each side, you could keep like 4 of them in there. And then how the hell do you get them out? Okay. You gotta have little fairy fingers. Oh, you gotta slide it in, huh? Ah, light came on right there. We're charging. So however, I guess because the connection underneath the lip of this has where it charges. That's it. It's essentially the same as plugging it into the Switch and having your Switch docked. Just going to make that connection. Looks a little interesting, like a Famicom with the controllers connected on the side, but okay. I mean, it looks neat. If you're into that aesthetic, I kind of like it, but I would never use this. I mean, if I was in a bind, I was like, shit, I need to get some Joy-Cons charged. Maybe, but okay. Let's set that stuff aside and get into this. I'm not even sure what this is called, but, handheld controller for Switch. That's it. No crazy name. Plug and play compatible with both models. Hall sensor joystick, so you're not going to get drift, or you shouldn't get drift on these, as they use like magnets. Turbo and swap buttons, fast charger compatibility. Let's take a look at what we got here. All right, we do have a little manual. Switch needs to be 3.0 or above. Turn Pro Controller wired communication on. That's always like, whenever you get a new controller type thing for the Switch that's third party, and you try to use it and it doesn't work, that's probably why. I always try to remind people, turn on Pro Controller wired communication. Turbo and swap buttons, you got a few things. Press, hold turbo, then press the button you like to set the turbo. So you got some cool stuff. Swap buttons, press and hold 2 buttons you like to swap, then press turbo, the controller vibrates when button swap is successful. That's neat. Deactivate turbo, press hold, then press the activated button to turn it off or to deactivate. Okay, this is looking a little more quality than I thought. There's the back. You got USB-C to charge your Switch if you so choose. Okay, this might be kind of cool, but you can't dock it. It's got like felt on the back, so you're not going to scratch up your system. Okay, so I got it working. At first it didn't connect, but I took it out, put it back in. Maybe it just didn't have a good connection. My bad. But yeah, this thing feels pretty good in the hands. I like the way it looks. Got that GameCube layout going on here. Very nice feel. The plastic seems nice. I like it's got these, butt cheeks on the back, making it a little more comfortable. I've never used anything like this. I know there's plenty of different, add-ons, controller accessories to put your Switch into, but this is the first time I've used anything like this. But I do find this kind of cool with the Hall effect joysticks and the little extra features that you have. Too bad there's no macro setting, where you could record macros, but we do have like turbo. So like, okay, Y button is attack. Let's go ahead and set it to turbo. So now if we hold it, boom. Very cool. We could turn that off by doing it again. And then we could swap. Wait, yeah, we turned it off. We could swap buttons. So the X button is like a dodge roll. I think you hold the two buttons down and then press that button. Yeah, so now we swapped it. That's kind of cool. So you could easily swap things to the way you want it. Now we're back to normal. And you also have the 6-axis gyroscope. So let's pop in a game that utilizes it anyway. Okay, like now I'm finding one slight annoyance is that when you try to take a game out in this case, it kind of blocks it a little bit. That sucks. But not impossible, just slightly blocks it. Okay, so let's check out this gyro action real quick. So does it work? Yes, it does seem to work just fine. So with this, controller attachment, you got that, you got rumble. You're not going to have, the near field communication for Amiibos, HD rumble. You just got some normal rumble, which I think is fine. It feels really nice in my hands. My only cons would be the D-pad could be a little bit better, but it's okay. It just, I don't know, the feel of it kind of isn't perfect to me, but it does seem to perform just fine. The only other con is how it slightly blocks the cartridge flap. Just slightly. You just got to pull up, kind of, swap carts. Not that bad, but it does slightly block it. Very neat. You could pass through charge to the Switch. I've never used these kind of, controller attachments before, so I do find this kind of neat. I have an OLED model that I never use in handheld, and this actually would get me to use it in handheld more often, I think. And I guess, I like this product somewhat. Like, I see a use for it for me. This, not so much with, charging Joy-Cons. But I guess with having pulled out the Switch, put it into this, having to take off my Joy-Cons, this may be a good little partner to it. Maybe that's what they were thinking. That way you got someplace to put them. They could stay charged. So I guess that makes sense. But if you're interested in either of these devices, I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. I do think this feels really comfortable. The triggers, shoulder buttons all feel great. Connected control. Yeah, we can't do Amiibos here. But yeah, for the most part, it feels good. Kind of, wonky with the little, package popping out at the bottom there. But despite that, it looks neat. Feels pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Bye.